as a community. With a cost of £1.5 million, we invite you to be part of this new chapter. Each square metre will cost £2,900, but every contribution counts. One share is £290, or even one brick is £50. Your donation will not only build this sanctuary, but also secure immense reward in this world and the hereafter. Every show produced, every message broadcasted will be a source of thawab for you and your families. By helping us secure this building, you are paving the way for millions to connect with Karbala and the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam through our channels. Join the ranks of the lovers of Aba Abdullah. Be part of this noble cause. Donate today and make a lasting impact on Shia media globally.
Have a duty towards the preservation and the propagation of the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Indeed, one of the best ways to work towards the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajul sharif is through promoting the values of Karbala. Imam Hussein Media Group is the only Shia television network that broadcasts globally in 5 different languages: Arabic, Farsi, Turkish, Urdu, and English. We are appealing to the lovers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam worldwide to support the channel such that it may continue its global operations. Imam Hussein Media Group is seeking 1,000 partners to pledge to a £14 contribution per month. This will allow the channel to sustain its operating costs as we continue to spread the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in multiple languages across the globe. You be a part of this great legacy and donate today. You can pledge in 2 ways. www.imamhussein3.tv/donate will take you direct to our donation page where you can pledge monthly. Or you can call or WhatsApp us on 0044 793 9917163. Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
We're doing IHC, Imam Hussein Charity. We're bringing up awareness for the water campaign.
Assalamu alaikum. You can see that there is an aeroplane right behind us. Today, us three are going to be getting on this aeroplane and not coming down it in the way that you would expect. We're actually going to be jumping out of an aeroplane, all for an amazing cause with Imam Hussein Charity.
Made only a slave for the ship of salvation, for the one who's not fell like rain. Why should my blood not fall?
Alhamdulillah, we made it.
But it was really cool. Again, inshallah, it's going to get the message over. What's the message?
The message is we're trying to build as many wells as possible. The Al-Atash campaign does exactly what it says on the tin. Al-Atash, we're trying to cure Al-Atash for people around the world in the name of Imam Hussein.
So guys, please donate generously. Let's try to save some people's lives with this. And any amount you can give will go a long way.
Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV 3. Welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I am your host, Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi, and with me I am joined by Sheikh Ali Ma'ash. Salam alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, that's great to hear, that's great to hear. To the viewers at home, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'd like to give a quick reminder on how this show works. It works in 3 steps. You, number 1, think of your questions and send them in. I then ask the Sheikh, and the Sheikh answers your questions. Very easy, very simple. To remind you as well, don't hesitate to send in your questions. If anything that comes to your mind, anything Islamic that you would like to ask the Sheikh, send them in. It's very easy. And to send them in, to do that first part, that number 1, the most important part, all you need to do is either, if you're watching on YouTube, you can send them in the comment section. If you're watching on our channel, you can send them in on our WhatsApp number, which is shown below. Or if you want, which is the best and fastest way, you can call in directly and ask the Sheikh directly and get an answer there and there. Inshallah, now we will begin. Sheikhna, Salaam alaikum. If I just take a shower or clean my najis side, is ghusl still wajib? And if I didn't know, are my previous salah invalid?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. The ghusl of janaba, which is the wajib, obligatory ghusl, due to ejaculation, intercourse and so forth, wet dream, this kind of ghusl becomes wajib upon the individual who wants to eventually perform daily prayers. You cannot join the prayers and perform them except if you are pure and tahir from this hadath, as they say, janaba. So you have to purify yourself with this ghusl, and you have to make sure that you do it correctly, as mentioned, be it irtimasi, with immersion inside, diving inside the water, the pond, the sea, river, or the usual one, which is the tartibi, sequential, that you start first with your head and neck, and then the right side of the body, and then left side of the body. That's the official ghusl of the janaba.
Okay.
So you have to do it correctly. Otherwise, if the ghusl is batil, is invalid, then you have to go back and perform the prayers that you've prayed without performing this ghusl. And this happens usually in the teen age.
Okay.
When that individual, the youth, he hasn't got no clue about this type of ghusl. So he just ignores it. He just goes and takes a shower, for example, without performing the ghusl janaba, for example. So it would be problematic in this case for the one who did not perform the janaba for many days, and he just washed himself, for example, cleaned himself, removed the najasa and so forth. So they need to pray again.
They would have to go back
and make it up later. Those days they didn't perform the ghusl. Yeah. Okay
then. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. On to the next question from YouTube. Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. And Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi, may Allah bless you both. May Allah bless you as well. How to get really close to the 14 infallibles?
Number 1, the advice of Imam Rida alayhi salam, he said to him, يَتَعَلَّمْ عُلُومَنَا, study and learn and read their narrations. وَيُعَلِّمْهُ النَّاسِ, then teach it to others. So to get close to them, number 1, to study and to read, at least read. Find a simple book which you can understand and comprehend. If you can read the book of Al-Kafi, for example. You have a good sense of understanding, let's say Arabic language, for example, or the translated versions of Kitab al-Kafi in your own language. Try to read the books of, let's say, Kitab al-Hujjah, the chapter of Hujjah, in which speaks about the maqamat and the positions of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. That would give you a great knowledge with this regard. So read about their life, their legacy, their sacrifice. I think this is how we get closer to them, by knowing them. يَتَعَلَّمْ عُلُومَنَا, and of course applying the wajib acts on and refraining the haram acts, as they said to us, اتقوا الله, in their sermons and their statements. Salamullah alayhim ajma'in.
Salam Allah alayhim. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Salam alaikum, Sheikh. I had a beautiful Persian cat as a pet for 16 years and it died yesterday. Do cats have a soul or an afterlife?
You see, what we have that in the narrations, that the hisab is only for the human beings.
Yeah.
Animals won't have a hisab. Yes, in one case or scenario, that if this animal oppressed the other animal and killed him without any reason, yes, Allah would resurrect that animal who had, let's say, horns and killed an animal innocently without any reason. Allah would resurrect them, and that animal which was oppressed by this another animal would take revenge from this animal which he oppressed, and then they go back to to the earth. So there's no, let's say, hisab kitab for the animals, except in this situation, in this scenario.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And to the viewers at home, I'd like to give another quick reminder on what you need to do. What you need to do is, of course, send in your questions. Seek knowledge, as the Sheikh has said already many times. Seek knowledge as best as you can. He said to read, to increase your taqwa. But what you can also do is send in your questions and ask the Sheikh. That way, you can increase your knowledge as best as possible. To do that, all you need to do is either send in your questions in the comment section in YouTube, or send in on our WhatsApp number shown below over here. Or if you want, you can call in directly, skip the queue completely and ask the Sheikh directly. As I've said, the number is 0203 515 0199. So you're not going to lose much. Don't hesitate. Just send in your questions. Okay, Sheikhna, from YouTube, Sunnis claim Shi'as are kafir because they think we don't believe Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi as the Prophet, but believe Imam Ali alayhi salam to be the one. How do we respond to them?
I think we had similar one last week, and I responded to this question. The best thing is to go back to the beliefs of the Shia, study the Shia beliefs, Aqa'id al-Imamiyya, the Aqidah of the Imamiyya, and see what they believe in terms of the Nubuwwah, the section of the Nubuwwah.
Yeah.
The Islamic belief of the Shia, read it, see what the Shia say about the prophets, and specifically about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that he is the best of the creation,
yes,
and he is the best of the prophets and messengers, and he's even the best of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. He is the master of Ahlul Bayt salam alayhim ajma'in. So to remove this ignorance, this individual is ignorant who thinks that we believe such a thing. So they are ignorant. Hadahum Allah. May Allah guide them.
May Allah guide them, inshaAllah. A similar question actually, Sheikhna. From YouTube again, Sunnis say we have a different kalima, and their claim is we are kafirs. How do we respond to that?
Please bring that kalima. Let's see it, and we can discuss later, inshaAllah.
Of course. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, how comes the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was poisoned when Allah said in the Quran, nobody can harm him?
What about this ayah? أَفَإِن مَاتَ أَوْ قُتِلَ انقلبتم على عقابكم. If he dies, rather he would be killed, you would be deviated.
Yeah.
So this ayah is very clear, because some of the ayat would explain and show the other ayat's meanings. So in this ayah it's very clear that أَفَإِن مَاتَ, rather he was killed, قُتِلَ بل قتل in the meaning, Arabic meaning. Aw means Allah doesn't hesitate, or maybe yes, no. Allah is 100% sure that he's going to be killed. Sunni, Shi'i agree upon the fact that the Holy Prophet was poisoned. Now they both have their own stories. You could go back to the books of Ahl Sunnah, their history, that how the Prophet was poisoned by a Jewish lady in Khaybar, I think, 4 years before his death. That's their scenario.
That's their story, okay.
And our story, of course, by two of his women, which is mentioned in Bukhari, that they gave him possibly this medication, which was poison, of course.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna, for clearing that up for us. From YouTube, do I need to give the iqamah each time I am praying?
Of course, the iqamah is very encouraged. So if you don't do the adhan, but make sure you do the iqamah. It's not wajib, but as much as you can.
It's encouraged as much as you can. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Sunnis say that zakat should be given 2.5%. What do the Shia believe?
We have similar thing. Yes, if you have, let's say if you have 40 sheep in your farm, let's say, you give 1 sheep away as zakat, for example. I think if you have 5 camels, you give 1 sheep or something like that. So we have similar hukum, yes, indeed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And another reminder that I would love to give to the viewers at home. Call in. You get to skip me completely. I won't feel hurt, don't worry. And you get to ask the Sheikh directly. I'm sure the Sheikh enjoys it when you do, and then he'll be able to answer you very quickly there and then, sorry. But if you would like to use my services, you can send in on our WhatsApp number, or you can send in on in the YouTube comment section, and then I will ask the Sheikh on your behalf. Just seek knowledge as best as you can. Don't be one of the ignorant ones, as the Sheikh has said. Seek knowledge, and then you will understand more about your religion, about your faith, and about your beliefs. Sheikhna, from YouTube, I heard Sunnis saying dog is haram as a pet. Is that true?
There's this discussion with the ulama of the Shia that you cannot buy or sell impure substances unless there's a useful cause for it.
Okay.
So let's say human feces, for example, animals and so forth, unless there's a useful means for it, for the farms and so forth. So yes, there's a discussion that you cannot have as a pet.
Okay.
Unless they give, some ulama would give some exceptions, like a security dog to protect the place. Or we have also the dog that is with the herd, with the sheep, for example.
For the farm,
For the farm, if you have a farm, for example, also. So there was exceptions with the zakat. Some ulama would consider this,
Okay then. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna, for clearing that up for us. From YouTube, keeping a cat as a pet is a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and the Ahlul Bayt. Is that true?
I have read something in one of the narrations that there's something mentioned about the cat, but as a sunnah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
To be as a sunnah, yes, there's something mentioned about the cats, they dealt with the cats, but to be kept in their houses, alayhi salam, or in the Prophet's house, I haven't read something like that.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. We seem to be having a lot of questions about pets at the moment. But if you would like, as you've done, research as much as you can. Ask the Sheikh that we have here, or research based on your marājiʿ, and inshallah you'll find out whether you can have a certain pet or not. And to do that, you can literally ask Sheikh Ali Ma'ash, and he will answer you. You can call in, you can WhatsApp, or you can ask in the YouTube comment section, and inshallah he will answer you. Sheikhna, from YouTube, I pray without a turban. Did the Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt used to pray with it? Is it okay if I don't?
Yeah, it is encouraged to pray with the turban, of course. Now, in their own homes, for example, in their houses, would they used to pray with the turban? I'm not sure, but of course, in the mosque they would go with the turban, lead the jama'ah with the turban, with the abaya, for example, rida, as they say.
Okay.
They definitely would apply these mustahabbat in somehow. I'm not sure exactly if it was all the time, depending on their situation. But they would definitely apply these mustahabbat because they are the role model.
Of course.
For the believers. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, if I date a girl online, she's Muslim, with the intention of marriage, and we plan like that, will it be allowed?
You see, the word dating is a bit suspicious, raise suspicions and so forth. So you might say that I want to get introduced to this girl, for example, speak to her professionally for the purpose of marriage. Of course, we would recommend that it should be done in a way that, let's say, that the parents know about it. Because when you isolate yourself from parents and you do by yourself, it's going to be some kind of a playing with the fire. It's one of the traps of Satan and devil, where you would go privately talk, 12 a.m. at night, for example. That causes suspicions with regard of the intention.
Okay.
So the best way is to involve the parents to make sure that this person is the right person, especially the girl if she's a virgin, she needs the permission of her father, for example. So try to involve your parents so that you don't fall into trouble later on. Because they have more experience with this regard.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, what types of music is haram and what is okay to listen to? Is it okay to sing lyrics without music?
You see, again, I've mentioned this many times that we have two types of ulama opinions with this regard, and some would allow only the classical music.
Okay.
And they would forbid all types of the entertaining music like jazz, rock, DJ and such like. The other type of ulama, they would say that no, all types of music is forbidden, even the classical ones, as a precaution at least.
Okay.
So it depends on who you follow with this regard, the scholar, the alim that you follow. Yes, you go back to them and you can follow their rulings.
And regarding Sheikhna, the third question, is it okay to sing lyrics but it's without the music?
In overall, singing is not allowed.
Okay.
Ghina, that's the subject for it.
Yeah.
So even
shouldn't
without,
be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the singing is not allowed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna, for clearing that up for us. From YouTube, what is khums and how do I pay it?
Khums basically is paid as a Quranic notion. It's in the Holy Quran. ما غنمتم فإن لله خمسه. So whatever you gained, you pay 1/5 of that gained, let's say from profits, income, and so forth. And of course, you have to set a date around the year, and then when you reach that date, let's say 1st of Ramadan, for example, of each year, you calculate your in and out income, savings, surplus, whatever is left over after you spend all this money during the 11 months and 29 days, you check that whatever is left, you pay 1/5 of that leftover money, surplus, and so on.
Okay.
That's khums basically.
Yeah. Okay, but Sheikhna, what about if, for example, you've got shares, like a percentage within a company, and that's not a profit or anything, but that increases, the company may gets better over a couple of weeks or a month. What would you do then? Again,
you calculate at the end of the day of your khums day, at the end of the year. If they pay dividends, for each shareholder, you calculate how much they paid you.
Okay.
And it's surplus. You haven't spent it. You haven't paid khums on it. You pay khums on that.
1/5 of that.
Amount,
okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. We Shi'as do not eat everything that comes from the sea. But I have heard from a Sheikh from the Sunni sect saying that there is an ayah in the Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, saying all that comes from the sea is halal to eat. Can the Sheikh please elaborate on this?
Yes, indeed. I think the ayah says, أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَحْرِ. Yes, indeed. There's a itlaq or umum, as they say, in this verse, that all the seafood is allowed. But if you ask the same Sheikh, the Sunni Sheikh, who said that's why it's halal for us to eat the food of the sea, he says that we follow Sunnat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay.
So it's not just enough to follow the Holy Quran. The Quran and the Sunnah, the tradition, and of course the famous hadith of Thiqlayn, Kitab Allah wa itrati ahli bayti. You have to also go back to those who know. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ. Go back and ask those who know the inside out of the Holy Quran. So when you go back to the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, you'll see that they say that they would, this itlaq or umum, they would specify it, yuqayyad. They would restrict this itlaq, in which they would say no, only the fish which has scales can be eaten, and of course prawns is also exemption to be eaten, allowed to be eaten. Otherwise, the rest of the seafood would not be allowed. Okay. Like eating sharks and dolphins, crabs, lobster, and would be all forbidden. Okay. Because we have a hadith Ahl Bayt alayhi salam, Sadiq alayhi salam, for example, who said you cannot eat, for example, except the fish which has scales on its body, and prawns as exception as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, are we allowed to wipe over the socks to do wudu during the winter?
No, we can't.
No.
Has
to be done properly, completely.
Yes, on the skin.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. If I am on a long drive, can I pray while the car is moving in the situation that the car cannot be stopped? And he would like it from the point of view of Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi.
One of the brothers asked me, he worked in a taxi as a taxi driver, and he had a similar issue coming back from the airport on the motorway, highway, and the answer was that while he's, let's say, driving or stopping in somehow, he can pray while he's in this situation, because you cannot leave salah without praying.
Yeah.
So because we have some types of prayers, let's say, if you can't stand, you can sit down and pray. We have this situation for those who are unable, disabled and so forth. So it is mentioned that you can pray in your car if you can't stop, if you can't, let's say, it's a motorway, for example. We have the salah with the imam, that you point towards the place of the sujood and so forth.
Okay.
It is mentioned, yes. Yeah. We have this kind of salah, because you can't allow for the salah to be become qada as a result of work and so forth. You have to pray in somehow. Even those who are drowning in sin, God forbid, for each rak'ah to say Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah Allahu akbar, for example. That's counted as one rak'ah, for example.
Okay.
For example.
Okay.
So we have, you have to pray. It's wajib. لا تترك الصلاة بحال. You cannot abandon salah for any reason. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And to the viewers at home, we will now be going on a break. But before that, this is now my favorite part of the show, my favorite segment. This is where the Sheikh gives us a good piece of knowledge. Over to you, Sheikhna.
Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi was asked that على أي شيء بنيت عملك, on what basis you have established your deeds? The Imam alayhi salam said على أربعة أشياء, on four bases, on four things. He said, number one, علمت أن رزقي لا يأكله غيري. I knew that my sustenance or rizq would not be consumed except by me. So each individual has their own rizq for them to consume, to eat, to use, and so forth. فوثقت به. So I trusted this kind of rizq. وعلمت, number two, وعلمت أن علي أمورا لا يقوم بأدائها غيري. And I knew that there are deeds in which nobody can do them except myself. The salah, I have to pray the salah. Daily prayers, the 5 daily prayers. Fasting, I have to fast. Nobody's allowed to fast on my behalf. I can't pay somebody to fast on my behalf. I have to fast. If I'm in trouble, I have to make them up later. Or ill, make them up sick, pray late, make them up qada later after the holy month of Ramadan, for example. Number three, and then he said فاشتغلت بها. So I was busy with these deeds myself, and nobody else would do it. Number three, وعلمت أن الموت يأخذني بغتة فاستعددت له. And I knew that the death could come to me and take me out of sudden and leave this world. We never know when we're going to pass away. And we've seen many people passed away in the youth age, teen age.
Okay.
You never know when the death comes. So I became ready for it. استعددت له. Number four, وعلمت أن الله مطلع علي فاستحييت منه. And I knew that Allah is watching me, so I was shying from Allah Azza wa Jal as a result of His being watchful on every deed that I do.
Okay.
Ahsant.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you to all the viewers that have sent in their questions so far. We will now be going on a break, as I have said previously, but this is the best time to send in your questions. Send them in now before it is too late, and you will have to wait till our episode on Monday 7 p.m. Inshallah, we see you after the break.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars at home.
Is it permissible to plant trees by or
What
over
Islam
the
establish
graves?
based on peace and
Is it permissible
non-violence.
to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim
Is there
countries?
an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women? To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back after the break to Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I hope that during this break you sent in your questions. If you have not done so, send them in now. Very easy ways to do it. You've got the YouTube comment section, which you can send it in there, or our WhatsApp number below. You can send it there, or you can call in directly and ask the Sheikh directly, and inshallah get an answer there and then. Let us start again with the questions. From YouTube, is backbiting haram only on the Shia or all types of Muslims?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You see, backbiting is a sin. And one should avoid committing this sin. The Holy Quran says that do you like to eat the flesh of your brother? The flesh, the dead body of flesh of your brother. So how severe is in terms of the one who commits this sin? And sadly this now becoming part of the gatherings of the mu'mineen, of the Muslims, and over they would backbite some of them, others. So one should stay away from such bad habit and sin as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, as a man, is it okay to stand in front of a mirror and comb my hair for a long amount of time?
You have to balance your acts and deeds. So give certain time for combing your hair, for example, brushing your teeth, washing your face, for example. Don't waste your time. Give it time, but don't waste it.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, what are some evidences of praying Dhuhr and Asr together and Maghrib and Isha together? Is it okay if I pray it separately, or do I have to pray them together?
I've said this before, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the books of Ahlul Sunnah, that they say that he joined both salah when there was no reason. So when there was no rain or trouble, he joined them. So Ahlul Bayt likewise, they joined the salah after the demise of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They joined the salah. And we follow the sunnah of the Prophet and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam way. Of course. In regards of praying. Yes, if you want to separate them, then to get that reward, you have to sit in your prayer mat till the Asr time, which is an hour and a half after Dhuhr. And then you connect, so you don't go back to your work.
So you have to stay seated.
If you want to get to that position of gaining that kind of salah of separating them. That's how it works.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, can I make varnished wood as my turba?
It has to be plain wood, in other words. No painting on it, no obstacle on it. So plain wood, in other words.
Okay, it has to be completely plain wood. Okay, and also a follow-up question to this from YouTube as well. Writing any name on it, will that be shirk?
No. Just write Allahu Akbar on it, for example. What's wrong with it? You're not breaching the sanctity of this muhr or turba, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum. These days in Umrah, people without ihram are prevented to do tawaf, and as a result, we cannot do tawaf al-nisa. Is kafara enough instead of doing tawaf al-nisa?
No, it has to be done somehow. Just wear your ihram again and go inside and do the tawaf al-nisa. I don't know if it's... I don't know how it works now. The system changed. I've been there for a couple of years. But you have to do it before you leave Mecca.
Of course. Thank you, Sheikhna. From YouTube, how old is Fatima alayha salam when she gave birth?
Possibly, I'm not sure exactly, 12, 13. As I've said before, Fatima alayhi salam was a unique lady of the light, the best woman of the world. So we cannot compare her to a normal girl or woman. She was growing, let's say, in 1 month compared to 1 year of a normal girl who grows. So a quick and a fast and swift growth she had. And Rashid mentions that she was growing so fast. So she's a heavenly woman, in other words. And she is the best of the women in heaven, in the worlds and in heaven as well.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. To the viewers at home, another quick reminder that I would like to give you. Send in your questions. Do not hesitate to send in your questions. Feel free to send in your questions. The important part is you send in your questions. Seek knowledge as best as you can. As the Sheikh has told all of you, you can seek knowledge in many ways. One of them being sending in your questions. You can do that by either calling in on our number below, 0203 515 0199, or you can send in a message on our WhatsApp number, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in the comment section, and inshallah in all three scenarios we will answer them for you. Okay, Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, is it okay to have a cultural marriage with music and dancing after nikah, or is it not?
No, it's forbidden. It should be without music and dancing.
Okay.
Even within one gender gathering, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. And what is like to do instead of that? Maybe like a nasheed? Would they be able to put that?
Yes, as we do in the Husainiyat and the Mubarkas, there's nasheed. But you can clap. That's fine.
Okay.
But to dance, what is known as dancing,
it's not allowed.
Not allowed. Like belly dancing and so forth.
Of course. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, is it allowed to participate in elections of a non-Islamic country?
The best way is to go back to your marājiʿ office and ask them for the permission. Usually, some of them would give. It depends if it's a democratic country. Let's say in Europe or the US, they would give ijazah to choose the right person, for example. That would give the rights to the Muslims and somehow benefits to the Muslims. So best thing is to ask for the ijazah. Any governmental jobs you want to do or related and so forth, you have to ask ijazah from your marājiʿ.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, is it difficult to learn Arabic as a non-Arabic speaker? And they've put in brackets, so we can read the Quran.
Well, this life is a life of struggle and difficulty. It's not easy for you to be able to, let's say, learn driving. It's difficult. You need lessons after lessons after lessons. And you could fail in the first test and so forth. So if you do your best, struggle with this regard, definitely you will learn, inshallah. Especially if you have faith in Allah Azza wa Jal, in the Quran, the words of Allah Azza wa Jal, with faith. You recite them with faith. With belief, with aqidah, and ask Allah Azza wa Jal, ud'uni astajib lakum, as the Quran mentions. Allah will help you, inshallah. Definitely.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. To the viewers at home, another quick reminder: seek knowledge as best as you can. Send in your questions, just as this person would like to learn Arabic so that they can read the Quran. Seek knowledge so you can understand more about your beliefs and your faith and about your religion and the religion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Send in your questions either on WhatsApp or in the YouTube comment section, or even you can call in and ask the Sheikh directly. And in all three scenarios, inshallah, the Sheikh will answer you. Sheikhna, from YouTube, I live in a non-Muslim country where you have to join the military if you are perfectly healthy. Otherwise, there will be consequences. What should I do?
As I've said, governmental jobs needs a permission from the Ahkam SOS. So you go back to the office of your marājiʿ, ask permission to join the army. If they give, then that's it. You can do so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From YouTube, is a woman allowed to wear makeup? And if not, what should the man do, i.e. the husband, if the wife refuses to listen?
No, the makeup should be when the husband is there. So
Okay.
in their privacy, not in front of the people outside the street. Because the Holy Quran states, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنْ. Do not reveal your beauty in front of men who are in the street, for example, strange men. That's the forbidden one. But for the husband is encouraged.
Okay.
We have narrations with this regard, that encouraged for the wife to show her beauty to the husband, to her makeup and so forth.
Okay, and then they actually have a follow-up question, Sheikhna. They're asking, is it sinful for the man if he is letting his wife wear makeup?
Outside the street?
Outside, yeah, I presume that's what it is.
Of course, he has this mas'uliyah with this regard. If he does, if he encourages that, for example, he wants to, na'udhu billah, spread corruption, fasad, and so forth. So they have to repent to Allah Azza wa Jal and avoid any kind of acts in which would make Allah Azza wa Jal angry. Ghadabullah, because Allah's ghadab would have consequence in this world before the next world.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, what is the critic of a donkey narration? Is it a real hadith or what is the explanation?
I'm not sure about this hadith. I have to see the complete hadith with the Arabic wording so I can comment on it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you to all the viewers at home for tuning in and sending in your questions. Inshallah, the Sheikh was able to answer them. If you did not send your questions, or if we did not manage to answer your questions, inshallah, send them in on our episode on Monday at 7 p.m. and inshallah at that time we will answer them. If you would like to follow us on our TikTok and our Instagram social pages, okay, we send our clips there where we've got our interesting questions where we send it and upload it. If you can drop us a follow, maybe a comment and a like to the videos, inshallah you'll enjoy and learn more things there. We also have our Zainabiyya complex, which we are currently raising funds for, and you can be a part of that. All you need to do is visit the link to our Zainabiyya complex. You can donate, you can be a part of our mission, the mission which is showing and teaching the many people around the world about the Shia and the Ahlul Bayt, and teaching many different things about them as well. So if you would like to be a part of that, donate as much as you can. And inshallah we have reached now the end of our episode. So inshallah we see you on our episode on Monday at 7 p.m. See you then inshallah. Ma'a salam.
In the heart of London, Imam Hussein Media Group is on the brink of an extraordinary transformation. We are securing a new home, a sanctuary named after the Queen of Karbala, Lady Zainab Salamullahi alayhi, who commemorated Abi Abdullah al-Hussein and spread the message of Karbala. This new complex, spanning 515 square meters, will be the central hub